What is going on, my YouTube family? This is your boy Mike Jacks with eXp Realty based out of Orlando, Florida. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. It is Mike Sells Orlando. That's SELLS. And make sure you hit the thumbs up, hit that like and the notification so that way you can see all my latest video. All right, so let's get started. So what is Mike Sells Orlando talking about today? Well, in my name, it's kind of self-explanatory. Mike Sells Orlando. Although I talk about more than just Orlando, Florida, I talk about real estate primarily, but I'm going to talk about real estate in Orlando, Florida, and why Orlando, Florida is a good place for you to move. So check this out. A lot of people that want to move to Florida, they know about Orlando, they know about Miami. That's probably the two major cities that come to people's mind. But when they hear Orlando, what do they think about? Disney World, right? Rightfully so. That's what Orlando's name brand and marketing is targeted to. But what a lot of people don't know is not only do we have great, awesome theme parks here, we actually have a lot of activities for families in general. We're one of the top two, I believe, in America for the most tourists that come annually, like daily. You know what I mean? Us in Las Vegas are on par with one another. So that speaks volume. This is not a place where a lot of people come here and say, hey, it's a great place to visit, but I would never live there. Many people come here and say, I didn't know Orlando had all this stuff to do that is not just for tourism, but also the locals that live here. They didn't know a lot about Orlando outside of Disney. So when they come here and they see more of it, they're like fascinated. So I'm going to give you some quick reasons why people move to Orlando, and then I'm going to talk about how it's like to be a real estate agent here in Orlando, Florida. So a few quick tips on what is good about Orlando. Well, it's centrally located. It's literally in the heart of Central Florida, in the middle of the state. No, not too far from here is Tampa Bay. And then you also have Miami, about 3.5 hours south, depending on where you live in Orlando. Jacksonville is up north. Tallahassee, the capital, is about a 4.5 hour trip. And you can get to Savannah, Georgia in the same length. So not only can you hit surrounding cities, you can also go to other states, you know, like Savannah, Georgia, or even Hilton Head, South Carolina, and make a vacation in a few days and come right back. So you're in a really good location. You can go to Key West. You can just do so much here. Not to mention you have all these amazing variety of theme parks and all these family attractions here that could be inexpensive if you don't go to the parks, for example. A lot of people spend a lot of money on the parks, and it's rightfully so because the parks offer a lot. But there's other things here for families that are much cheaper. Living here as a local, you'll know a lot about those things. So those are some common tips why people move to Orlando. A lot of people move here because they like the fact that not only is it centrally located, but you have a major university here, University of Central Florida, which is like one of the most populated universities in America right now. And it has a ton of variety of types of, you know, degree programs. They have Full Sail University, which is a music school. There's just so much here with colleges and university and so much opportunity to expand your career goals after you graduate. So there's so much to do here in Orlando. There's so much to offer. And the transit system is in the works as well to be able to connect Orlando, Miami, Tampa Bay, West Palm Beach. They're getting a railing system here. So it's in the works now. It'll probably be some years to come, but that's what it's looking like it's going to be in the near future. So there's a ton to love about living in Orlando. Now, as a real estate agent, it's a lot of good things about living here as well. Number one, we're like one of the top tourist destinations in America, like I mentioned earlier, on par with Las Vegas, which means you can work with clients who want investment properties or second homes or Airbnbs, and you're constantly going to be in business because you have a high influx of tourism where you literally can sit back and on the investment and depend on tourism and actually make it. Not every city in America can say that. A lot of people have peak seasons. Like if you live in, I used to live in Georgia, and when I was in the Augusta area, the Masters is a big tournament there, as an example. That's a peak season. But all year round, they're not getting the tourism like Orlando, Florida. You know, those are facts. So just using that as an example, if you're in Orlando, you're having tourists come here almost every day, no matter what. It's like peak season, every day, any time of the year. And even during hurricane season, people are still visiting here because hurricane seasons might minimize outdoor activities, but because there's so many indoor activities in Orlando, it still doesn't stop people from having fun. So a lot of people still come here and they still see other aspects of Orlando that they didn't know that locals are exposed to as well. As a real estate agent here, the market value is just going up higher and higher and faster. So you're going to get a lot of return on the clients that you work with, and there's a lot of land to grow still here. So it's not really limited. It's not really like capped at just a certain type of product. You can work with so many types of homes that you can cater to so many types of buyers. I mean, it's amazing at the opportunity and potentials you have here to help assist buyers, sellers, investors. So living in Orlando, Florida is a great place for that. And you have a market that, although it's expensive to many, if you compare it to like California or New York, this is why a lot of New Yorkers move to Florida, because it's actually cheaper than their environment, their real estate up there. Even Washington, D.C. is cheaper here than Washington, D.C. in some aspects. So a lot of people are flocking to Florida because they can sell their house in New York and buy 2 houses for the price of 1. And that's what's attractive about Florida in general. And the further south you go, of course, we know the warmer the weather is. So hot weather year round, being able to have a barbecue during Christmas is something that a lot of people up north envy, because they're inside in the house cold while you got the hot weather and the fun and the sun at your leisure. So these are just a couple of quick points. I mean, I can go on all day about why Orlando is a great, awesome place to live and why it's also great for a realtor to do real estate here. But I just want to keep it short and sweet and give you the basics. But I will make a video going a little bit, diving deeper in detail about it, all right? So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, hit the notification. And you can also hit the videos tab to see all of my other videos on my YouTube channel. All right, guys, I'm about to go exercise and work out because I got to get it in, right? All right, many blessings to you guys. Have a blessed day and stay tuned on my next latest videos. Take care.